Hey scholars, it is Thrilling Thursday, and today we're going to continue Writing Studio, talking about different types of writing and different types of text and why we write. So, happy Thrilling Thursday. Before I get started, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to those of you I saw in the video for Teacher Appreciation Week, those of you who stopped by, who gave a shout out. Thank you so much. I miss seeing all of you so much, and I really appreciate all the hard work you're doing at home to continue to grow your brain and make sure you're getting ready for second grade. All right, so without further ado, Writing Studio Lesson 7.2. Here we go. I have some quick shout outs, of course, and then I'll go over the objective. We'll review audience, we'll review types of text, we'll go in a little bit more detail about types of text, and then I'll walk you through your packet work. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter lesson today. If you struggle with this assignment, it's not one you have to send to me for completion, but if you're having a hard time with it, we can absolutely set up an extra video chat so I can give you any assistance, okay? Just have someone reach out to me and I'll set that up. Real quick, my shout outs. ISU scholars, 4 of you have sent me the assignment from Monday. 4 of you have sent in the assignment from Monday. Thank you so much for putting all that work and effort into your assignment from Monday. If you're like, I haven't sent in my assignment yet, send it in, okay? And a special shout out to the 2 of you I saw at my office hours yesterday. Thank you so much for stopping in. It was great to see you. Ashford scholars, 12 of you have sent me your work from Monday. 12 of you, that's almost half, guys, so keep it coming, okay, Saints? And an enormous shout out to the 4 of you I saw in the Hangouts yesterday for my office hours. The 6 of you who stopped by, it was so great to see you. I missed you so much, and thank you for that spending a little extra time with me. So if you want to get on this shout out board, join my office hours. Send me the assignment for Monday. Send me a text with an answer from a video. That's how we get on these shout out boards, okay? All right, now, objective, we learn all about it. I can write about the 3 types of text. I can write about the 3 types of text. That's what we're doing today. You are writing about writing. You are writing about writing. This is going to get a little meta, but this is so fantastic, all right? Are you guys ready? I'm excited. So, real quick review. What is an audience and who is our audience? What's an audience? Who's an audience? Well, let's review it. So, audience is the person or people for whom the author creates the writing or the author wants to read the writing. So the audience is who you're writing for. So if you're writing for me, you might write a little bit differently than you do for a friend or a sibling or a parent. But the audience is the person that you mean to read your writing. Sometimes a writer presents their work in a different way depending on who the audience is. For example, if you're writing a fairy tale to read to the class, you're going to make sure you include all these amazing pictures. If I want to write about the solar system and present it to the school, I'll probably make an informational poster, right? So those are just 2 different ways that you might have someone writing for kind of similar purposes, but those are some differences you might make in your writing. During this unit, you're going to choose a text type to write for a specific purpose and audience. So you're going to choose a one text type to write for a purpose and audience, all right? That's what we're building up to. So who is the audience for this text? Let's take a look at some of these ideas of what these texts are and then try to figure out who the audience might be. So who might the audience be for a poster that shows steps for building a birdhouse? Who might the audience be for a poster that shows the steps for building a birdhouse? 10 seconds. Okay. What about an essay that explains why it's important to pick up litter? Who might be the audience for an essay that explains why it's important to pick up litter? Okay. Finally, who might the audience be for a fable that explains why a rhinoceros has a horn? Who might that audience be? Okay, those are some great ideas of who the audiences are. here's what I thought the audiences are. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean your answer is wrong. This is just what I thought of as examples for these audiences. So a poster that shows the steps for building a birdhouse. I thought maybe a high school student who needs to build a birdhouse for a class. An essay explaining why it's important to pick up litter. I thought an older student, like a 4th or 5th grader, who's trying to convince others to help take care of the earth. And a fable, I thought that would be perfect for a first or kindergarten scholar, right? So those are my examples. I want you to take 30 seconds at the end of this video and text me who you think some of these audiences are. I want you to take 30 seconds and text me about who is an audience you want to write for. Who's an audience you want to write for? Types of writing include essays, reports, books, stories, pictures, posters, charts or diagrams, and letters. These are types of writing. These are types of texts you can write. So we're going to dive a little bit more into some of those types of texts, and we're going to sort of classify or sort them. First, we're going to dive back into opinion writing. We're going to dive back into some opinion writing. Remember, opinion writing expresses how the writer thinks or feels about something. It gives a reason that supports their opinion, and it has a sense of closure. So you express how you think or feel. You give a reason to support it, and then you bring it about with a sense of closure. Some examples that we've talked about with opinion writing are, which fairy tale is better? Which candy do you like better? Would you want to be a trailblazer with Daniel Boone? Those are just some examples of opinion writing that I had you guys writing about previously this year or that we talked about. So these are some ways that you have done opinion writing this year. Next are some examples of informative or explanatory writing. First, of course, what is explanatory writing? It names a topic, it provides facts and details about the topic, and then it has a sense of closure. Oh, we did this recently. So some examples are a paragraph about a planet in our solar system, a paragraph about an animal habitat, and a paragraph about a founding father. 2 of those you guys have done this year. The paragraph about the animal habitat is in your portfolios in the hallway. The paragraph about the founding father, a lot of you sent me amazing pictures of your informative paragraph about a founder. So in case you're sitting here thinking, I've never heard of any of these before in my life, you've actually done this earlier this year. You've already done this kind of writing. Last but not least, we have narrative. It tells a story that's true or make-believe. It has an introduction, character, setting, a plot. It sequences events, and it has an ending. Some examples are fables, retelling a fairy tale, which I know you guys did, or writing a story about the wilderness road. So the retelling a fairy tale I sent home with you guys to do, and a lot of you did it. So again, if you're sitting here going, I've never done narrative writing ever, right here are examples of narrative writing that you guys did this year that looked so great. So don't be discouraged if you're sitting here thinking, Miss Colma, I'm never, ever going to be able to do this kind of writing. Your fairy tale retells that I got pictures of were fantastic. They were really great. So you've done opinion, you've done explanatory, you've done narrative, you've done all of these types of writing already. So in case you're sitting there at home going, Miss Colma, I really don't know. That was a different part of the year. That was so long ago. I'm not sure I remember. It's been more than a month since we've sat in a classroom. I'm not sure I can do this. Don't be discouraged. You can do it. You have done all 3 of these types of writing already this year. You've already done them. So what makes it different for this last part of the year is you are going to pick the text that you want to write, and you are going to decide who the audience and the purpose is. So this is now taking it a step further. Rather than me telling you what kind of writing I'm looking for, you're going to make that choice. So you can do it. You guys have come so far with your writing this year, so don't be discouraged. You got this. Your packet work for today, for packet work, you're going to write a sentence about when you would use each of the types of writing. You're going to write about when you would use each type of writing. Okay, so when would you write an opinion? When would you write an opinion? When would you write an informative or explanatory? When would you write a narrative? You're going to write about when you would use each of these types of writing. Today's video is a little bit shorter because I know there's going to be some questions, and that's okay. This isn't something you have to turn in for an assignment, but I want you to be doing this and thinking about how are you going to write about life on the frontier towards the end of this unit. How are you going to describe Daniel Boone and Lewis and Clark and what these people had to do to survive? Are you going to use informative? Are you going to write an opinion? There's no way I would ever want to go back in time to do that. Are you going to write a narrative, a story, talking about what someone experienced as they went along on the life on the frontier? So just for today, write about when you would use each type of writing, okay? It's a little meta, that's okay. When's the time you would write your opinion? When's the time you would write about information? When's the time you'd write a narrative? So write about when you would use each of these types of writing, okay? Because really, really good writers, really awesome writers, think about when and how to write. They think about what they're writing, they think about when and how to write, and they think about what's the best kind of writing to use right now. So right now, you're going to pick an instance where you used each of the types of writing and write about it, okay? You can do it. If you have questions, have someone call or text. I've got my phone on me. I will get back to you, okay? And that is it for today. I have my phone on me all day today. If you have questions, comments, if you're like, Miss Colma, I watched your video 5 times. I have no idea what to do. Have someone reach out to me, okay? You can call me. I can set up a video chat. I will help you any way I can. But start thinking about when you use the types of writing, okay? That is it for today. Again, huge shout out to those I saw in office hours yesterday. Stay home, stay safe. I miss you all so, so much. Stay healthy, okay, guys? Bye.